Several instruments may have different sensitivity settings, which will typically translate into different exposure or acquisition times. If you're working with an instrument that does not have a broad dynamic range, you may need to adjust those settings to try to obtain an image where you have maximum sensitivity with no saturation. It may be necessary that you acquire each image several times at different exposures. For example, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and so on, until you can find that sweet spot with maximum sensitivity and no saturation. Adjusting exposure settings in between experiments is not recommended because you would be capturing that enzymatic reaction at different points each time. So it is imperative that you carefully standardize all your acquisition settings and keep them consistent throughout all of your experiments, ensuring data reproducibility and accuracy. Another strategy to try and increase instrument sensitivity is to stack images acquired at different time points so that your band looks brighter. However, you should be aware that stacking your images is image manipulation and you should never do that. To help you further reduce the variables of this enzymatic reaction, make sure you add the substrate to the membrane as soon as the reagents have been mixed and that you wait between 3 to 5 minutes to acquire your image. This incubation time is very important because it allows that enzymatic reaction to start taking place, ensuring you're out of the tow region when you actually acquire your image. During this enzymatic reaction, the substrate, luminol, is going to be converted into the product called oxidized luminol. Oxidized luminol is going to be excited, and as it decays, it produces the photons of light that we'll be capturing on our imaging. Therefore, it is extremely important to standardize this incubation time and keep it consistent for all of your imaging sessions. In our experience, floating the membrane upside down on top of the ready substrate is a great way to make sure the substrate is evenly spread across the entire membrane during that incubation time. Once that incubation is completed, you can gently grab your membrane through the edge using a forceps and place it on your detection method with the remainder of the substrate on top of it on the same side where we have the proteins. Keep in mind that depending on your detection system, you may need to place that membrane either protein side up or down, always facing your film or your detection system. Following all of these recommendations is going to help reduce the chances of having an unbalanced reaction, such as having substrate depletion. If that were to happen, the reaction would be compromised even before the signal could be acquired.